I'm going to talk a little bit about portfolio-based trading. Had some inquiries from two groups that are fairly prominent on the Tradestation platform. They've been on the platform for a very long time actually. So anyhow, they were inquiring about what would they have to do to get access to the super bands, and they watched some of my videos on portfolio-based trading. So uh, I have gotten a lot of emails asking what is portfolio-based trading. And it's pretty simple. It's the type of trading you do like an active investor. Let's say you wanted to trade ETFs or futures or whatever type of instrument you like to trade through a multi-asset type broker. And Tradestation, they have their own platform. You have to have a brokerage account to get access to the platform. And I left TD Ameritrade. I couldn't stand the Thinkorswim platform anymore. The company and the customer service has gotten worse since Charles Schwab bought them out. So I've been looking for a place to do my longer term trading, and I'm pretty much decided on TradeStation because I can go do fully automated or manual, but I'll be doing fully automated portfolio based trading for like longer term type funds. And it's a pretty simple concept. I use the super bands, and basically, just like what I do for institutional FX trading, I'm a seller on optimized settings per instrument and time frame on one side of the bands. When we get to mid band, a portion of the trade comes off. Any stop moves to break even plus, and we're basically waiting. In this case, might have gotten stopped out. So that trade is concluded. Then we're long, goes to mid band. Portion of the trade comes out. Usually we take off 60% of the trade. It just depends how smooth I want the equity curve to be. If I want it to be more smooth, take off 60%. If I want to go more for total return, I'll take off 40% of the trade and let 60% run. So in this case, I would get long, part of the trade would come off, stop would go to break even plus, remainder would get blipped out, get back in again, goes back up, part of the trade comes off. In this case, I probably get stopped out again. So at least I make a little money on that trade. So now I'm flat, no positions. Then I'm short. Mid-band, take, a certain amount of portion of the position off. On the other side of the bands with a counter signal, then we're basically flat on the remainders. Then we're long, go to mid-band, and so on. And there's two ways to do it. We can conclude a trade like this short trade. We can conclude the trade the first time we get a bar close outside the bands. That's one setting when I set up automation for doing this. Another setting is, hey, keep me in the trade till I get a counter signal. And usually long term, getting out of the short trade at a counter signal is better, over the life of a bunch of trades. So in this case, if I'm long, I go up to mid-band, portion comes off. If I say, hey, any excursion outside the bands, there's a wick there, the trade just gets flattened, any remainders. I typically would not run it that way. I'd be in the trade, it would come down, hit my stop at break even plus on the remainders, then I'm long, comes up, stop goes to break even plus, and so on and so on. So that's how we do portfolio based trading. We're basically just trading back and forth from one side of the bands to the other. Now this is on a low time frame, much lower than what we'd be trading doing multi-day portfolio based trading. So typically the amount of get in, get to mid band and come back and hit stop is actually pretty low. But if I'm down on an intraday time frame where there's a lot more whipsaw between a typical day's trading range, so a person could still trade these same setups for intraday trading. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to be using it for multi-day portfolio-based trading, where I'm trading a 6 to 8 or 10 instrument portfolio. And another thing a lot of people don't realize about the super bands, and even some of our users forget, we have a very unique capability to optimize the bands looking back from, the current bar or the last bar close going back to say, hey, I want only X amount of bars outside of the bands. And it basically optimizes the width of the bands. Now that's fine built within the indicator, but on a platform like Tradestation, I can build a really basic automated strategy and then optimize in depth. Take an instrument, look at a range of time frames, then say look at the settings on the bands, this range of width of the main bands and so on. And then, hey, tell me the best settings and best time frame trading this instrument, this style over the last 6 months or years, or whatever period of time you want to look back. Now, we'll also be able to do this on Tickblaze. Tickblaze is a multi-asset platform, and Tickblaze has a really sophisticated optimization engine where I can actually optimize an entire portfolio together, not just one instrument at a time. So the data sharing going back and forth between the portfolio training that I'm actually going to set up as part of the curriculum for the Tickblaze tools, that'll be the same thing that I'm doing on TradeStation, where I'm going to have as my longer term trading brokerage and home. And I think it's going to work out really well. I'm not really into interactive brokers. I dealt with them way in the past. Don't want to have a account there. TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab's out. So for me, it's really, there's not a lot of options. So I'm going to, set up everything for my longer term trading on TradeStation. The nice thing is the Tickblaze platform with the super bands running on it will be absolutely capable of doing portfolio based trading too. So that'll be fantastic. You could trade futures, ETFs, stocks, whatever you want in portfolios using the super bands. And with the Tickblaze platform launch that's on deck, I will be adding in curriculum, not right out of the gates, but once I make sure the tools are up and running and working good, at some point here in November, I'm going to put together a course on portfolio trading so you can learn how to do that yourself and go set up your own portfolios. So anyhow, just wanted to bring that up. So if you're a TradeStation user, let me know what your experience is, what you think about TradeStation. The two groups that have approached me so far, one a couple weeks ago, but then another one just contacted me Saturday, and they're like, they want the tools for their own use. So anyhow, I said, hey, I'm getting the tools built. Once I get them built and I make sure they're working there, then we can further discussions from there. But yeah, if you have any questions on portfolio-based trading, you can always get a hold of me directly at info@gridalgo.com. Today on the mom signals, we were one and done. That was a pretty easy day. We had a short at 5 minutes, roughly 5 minutes after the U.S. cash session opened. So I think it was 8:35, if I remember seeing. Yeah, 8:35, 32 seconds was bar close. And I know I was out just before we hit, kind of in the first wave and second wave, we went a little over 100 points from entry. So I was one and done as well as most of the group. So I do we came down, tested this overnight session support, had a little bounce there, and not surprised. We're kind of in the lunch hour and, trading in a narrow range. So anyhow, yeah, if you have any questions at any time, info@gridalgo.com. But the Tickblaze platform will be another platform, or will be a platform as part of and advertised on the algo-iq.com website. If you want to do portfolio trading, you can go sign up for the Tickblaze tools launch. That information's about to be updated on the website this week. So you can get the details on the Tickblaze tools launch. and I will have within the training curriculum that I don't have on the other platforms because they're not, you know, if you're going to do multi-asset trading and you want to use the Algo IQ tools, you're going to want to do it on Tickblaze. So I will have specific curriculum as part of the training to give you, kind of everything you need to know how to go set up, optimize, and run your own portfolios. Trading them manually, which direction to go if you want to trade them fully automated, and so on. What I'm going to be doing on Tradestation for my own trading is going to be like really sophisticated. I'm basically going to set up and spend the money to build automation to trade it almost exactly the way I trade institutional FX. And that's going to be kind of in an advanced realm. So anyhow, if you are a Tradestation user, have any feedback, thoughts, what you like about it, what you don't like, let me know at info@gridalgo.com. And you guys have a great trade day. Kind of a lighter news week until Friday. Remember, we have big news release on Friday, at least tentatively scheduled. We have non-farm payroll. So hopefully we won't chop all midweek stuck in a range. I think the volatility will stay pretty good, and we had good volatility out of the open. So anyhow, we'll see what we get the rest of the trade week, but we were one and done to be quick done over daily goal on prop account trading today. Hey, everybody, have a great day. I'll put up more content later today. And if you have any questions, just hit me up. Talk to you later.